Hello, beautiful people. How are you all doing? I believe you guys are very okay. So it is that time of the year where a lot of things are happening on the highway. It is the time of that year where I call it period of temptation. So as a truck driver, you really have to be careful this time around. And if you really want to be with your family this 6 months, you start by taking absolute precaution. Follow highway code, drive with a speed limit, respect other road users. Do all of this, you have already started celebrating the Xmas. There is no other way. It is not only on 25th. Celebration starts by making sure you go your trip successfully and come back successfully. That is how it works. So if in case you are joining our channel for the first time, you are on to Bule Godwin, aka Niger Trucker. All I do is trucking talks, and I go about showing you everywhere I go. That is why they call me Thought Trucker. So on today's episode, I'm going to be talking about road rage. What is road rage? Road rage is when a fellow road user loses his or her cool on you because of the attitude you have shown. So this thing happens mostly among truck drivers, and it is something we can stop with. The way to curb it is very, very easy, but maybe we don't want to accept that. So on today's episode, I'm going to be telling you why you should stop road rage. Don't be caught into road rage, having road rage with any road user, whether pedestrian, whether your fellow truck driver or smaller vehicle. Don't be caught in that act, because when you do this, you are putting everybody on that highway in risk. You are threatening their life, even other people's property. All of these are people you are going to put into danger by involving yourself in road rage. So when your fellow truck driver comes close to you, telling you maybe you have given him a rough driving, you can do is to tell him, sorry, I didn't know about that. I'm sorry. Road rage starts when somebody is trying to show superior. You are trying to show somebody that you are superior than him. That is how road rage starts most of the time. Or when you are trying to be in hurry more than the other person. Everybody is going to their own different business. Your own business is more important than mine. So, but all of these are not the same. So they have other ways to do this so that you won't offend your fellow road users. Like if you want to overtake someone, you can give the person signal, and if the person refuses and you find a way to overtake the person, don't go about cursing the person or abusing the person because he refused to give you way initially. The you can do to the person is, when you overtake him, you greet him very well, tell him that you guys are friends, that you shouldn't fight. When you do this, you have initiated a relationship. Maybe you can still jam yourself in other ways, instead of you cursing or abusing yourself on the highway, which might in the future bring a road rage. Imagine you curse somebody and maybe the person's vehicle is has more horsepower than yours, and the person happens to overtake you at that point and block you on the highway. You guys start fighting. What would you do? Because I see many people some time ago when I was coming from Ampa, Kogi State. There was a very terrible road, so I was managing my lane when somebody at the back kept honking, and I was like, this guy didn't know that this road is terrible, that we two of us cannot be caught trying to overtake each other in this bad road. So I was like, he should be patient. Let me go away from this bad road, then I can give him way. Just like a few kilometers away from that place, I cleared one side and he overtook me. When he tried overtaking me, he abused me. When he did this, I was like, this guy's horsepower is very low compared to the vehicle I'm managing. If I should pursue him now, I'm going to catch up with him, and when I do this, that is how fight starts. But I managed to keep my cool and let everything slide. But as God may have it, when we get to the nearest junction, I saw him parked, buying something by the roadside, and I parked, like I get to his window, and I was like, what you did at that point when you overtook me was wrong. You shouldn't be caught doing that. I have not offended you by staying my cool till I left that bad road before I gave you way. And I actually gave you where I was like, not fighting with you. I'm not going to the same destination with you. We are not in competition dragging road. So he was like, sorry, I didn't know that. So we became friends from that. We meet other times like that. And one time he even offered to give me something, and I didn't take that because I was not in the mood of having what he was eating at that point. So that is how the road rage thing should stop. If you are caught in a condition where somebody is not allowing you to overtake him or her, let the person be. So if you are caught, maybe some of the time in road range, maybe you lost your cool or something of that nature. So after watching this video, leave all those things behind. It doesn't help. Most of the time, the people you are fighting on the highway might be the people that will save you. Everybody should be your friend on the highway. And very importantly, when you overtake anybody on the highway, don't frown your face like you just overtake some shit. Maybe the person pisses you off at the back. The least you can do is when you get to their window trying to overtake them, greet them very well, either by waving or you honk. When you do this, you have made friends with the person. Instead of when you get to their window, you abuse them, or maybe you just frown your face and pass. You don't do like that. When you greet somebody, you just overtake. You have made friends. Maybe if the person has something to tell you at that point, he might tell you, oh, this route you are going is very dangerous. You don't drive this way. You should try to drive with so speed. If you do this kind of a thing, it will help you. It will go a long way. Most of the time, when you overtake somebody, if you can't really honk or wave, we have other ways, just like giving the person a normal transgator, which is dim. Maybe three times this side, three times this side. When you do that, you have greeted the person, and the person will know that you are friendly, you are trying to greet the person, you are not being abusive. Don't be caught in a situation whereby you overtake somebody, you give the person waka, or you tell the person is crazy, or you abuse their father. When you do that, you are creating enemies everywhere you go. So don't be caught doing that, bro. So if you used to be in red range with people, you go about abusing people on the highway, you should stop it, because you don't know who is who. You don't know who is going to save you in the next minute. Many people have plied the road you are going through. Maybe it is your first time and you go about having road rage with them, and they might be saving your life, you don't know. But you go about abusing people who have been in that game for a very long time. Maybe you meet them in a particular route, all of a sudden you start abusing them. You don't know what they are doing at that point. It might be people that will tell you this route you are going is dangerous, you should use so kilometer, you should drive like this. Instead of attacking them, just go closer to them, ask them the reasons why they are driving the way they are driving. They might tell you there is a bad spot here, that is why we are driving slowly, to make sure the area is clear. So what am I trying to say? I'm trying to say that the people you might be fighting on the highway because they are driving in some kind way is people that might save you. They might be driving in that way because of the experience they've had over the past, which you are inexperienced about. They might be driving like that to delay most of the things they think that will get them delayed in that spot. So you don't go about abusing people who you don't know. Even on the social media too, you don't know who is who. You might be driving a particular location and you are showing them the video on the social media, and somebody tries to piss you off and you fall for it. When you piss somebody off on the social media, the person is going to hold you accountable physically and he might harm you. You have nothing to say. You go about trucking all over Nigeria, so you cannot be seen having issue with anybody on the social media. So it is same thing as that road range I'm talking about. Social media is like highway. So when you are on the highway, you try making friends with everybody, from animal to your fellow truck driver, pedestrian, tricycle, everybody. Try and be friends with everybody. When you do this, that is how highway respect you, and at least you have curbed the most of these things that will happen on the highway that may affect you. So don't be caught in road rage with anybody. Don't be caught. Don't go about you dey crazy, you dey drive rubbish, see what you dey drive. Somebody you don't know, it might have experience more than you do, but at a very particular time, maybe he drives something that pisses you off. You think the person is a rookie, you think the person doesn't know how to drive. That is not how it works. When there's somebody, maybe you think the person made a mistake, least you can do is to correct the person, be friends with the person. And when you are trying to correct somebody, you don't use abusive words. You correct the person with a good words. Try and be friends with them. When you do this, the highway becomes friendly with you. Imagine traveling to a particular place and you are afraid because you have offended a lot of people in that area. Your safety is at risk at that point. Don't be caught. You, as a truck driver, you're supposed to be everybody's friends. When you go to a place, a very dangerous place, they welcome you. That is how it's supposed to work. Don't be caught in that situation of you having abusive word with anybody on the highway. Don't do it. And if you can do all of this, you are already celebrating X-Months, or you are already a professional truck driver. If you followed me up to this extent, thanks and remain blessed. I still remain your boy Obule Godwin, aka Niger Trucker.